This is a prophecy for you. In the future, a disaster will come, and you are the only one who can save all the people. 7 years later, the prophecy came true. A deadly disaster has come to Shibuya, and the whole city was transported to the future, where the monsters are dominating. 5 young high school students have been chosen to be the ones who pilot the string puppets. Daisuke, the boy of the prophecy in the past, has been thrown in jail because of his impulsive behavior. Even after a night of rethinking about his behavior, Daisuke still doesn't want to accept the reality. Kaisaku came to give him advices and tell him to grow up, but he still seems to be stubborn. While the people in the city now begin to protest and demonstrate, the government agents are starting to internally argue with each other. They think that this war is too pointless and the only thing they want is to get back to the original time. In order to calm them down, Mr. Kuroiwa decides to reveal all the terrible truths that they've been hiding, that actually all those monsters are human and they were infected and turned into monsters, and to keep them alive, they had to replace their dead cells with normal human cells, so they transported the whole Shibuya to the future to replenish their supply. Everyone is so confused after they hear this. Will they all have to die? It would be great if the string puppets can be mass-produced to resist the revisions. Meanwhile, at the revisions base, they are planning to construct Chiharu's new body. Milo has collected enough material and start to fix Daisuke's broken string puppet. Everyone then was shocked to realize that the string puppets actually are the civilians, and they're made from humans' body. To end this deadly war, Mr. Kuroiwa decides to attack directly to the revisions base, rescue the hostages and destroy the artificial quantum brain that switched the present and future Shibuya. This operation needs everyone's solidarity, so Mr. Kuroiwa let them decide together whether Daisuke would join or not. First, it's Guy. He doesn't want Daisuke involved, because if Daisuke acts recklessly, they could all be in danger. Izumi agrees with Guy, but Ro and Kaisaku still want to trust Daisuke once last time. Mari is so confused, but then she wants to give a last chance for Daisuke to fix his faults. Daisuke, after hearing everyone's words from the bottom of their hearts, has realized his weakness before. He decides to change himself to not let everyone down. The revisions base is a massive building, but its defense is kinda weak. That's because they have never had any threats before. Even the ARV never had a chance of defeating them. The plan is set up. They will surprise attack to their base through the front door, rescue the hostages, and a group will find and destroy the artificial quantum brain to take Shibuya back to its original time. The revisions sent Nicholas to face with them, while the revisions will continue constructing Chiharu's body. Daisuke and Kaisaku follow Daisuke's uncle's information and quickly found the place where the abductees are imprisoned. Now the cages are opened, and everyone is so happy to be rescued. But it's strange that this is not all of the hostages, because Kaisaku can't find his mother after saving all the people here. Daisuke and Kaisaku then decide to search a little further ahead. Meanwhile, on Guy's team, he took down all the guards and going on deeper. Suddenly they hear Chiharu's voice. She invites them to come and watch her successful operation. Daisuke and Kaisaku then met Nicholas. Among the cages around, Kaisaku finally found his mom. He quickly flies to her, but he has been stopped. This one is Nicholas's real body. Just by his hands, the surrounding gravity has been irregularly changed. Daisuke and Kaisaku have been completely under his control. Despite the fact that he would be dead, Kaisaku still tries to get to his mother, but unfortunately, he can do nothing but watch his mom die in front of his eyes. After playing, Nicholas left and leave Kaisaku with an utmost despair. His only relative is now gone. He is so angry and indignant. He chases after Nicholas. In the above, Milo, Ru and Guy have been witnessed the big quantum brain of the revisions. Guy intends to take a chance to destroy it, but then he's stopped by Nicholas. Even Milo now is under his control. The time for Chiharu's resurrection has come. At that time, Kaisaku rushed up from below, but then he is knocked back toward Chiharu by Nicholas. Kaisaku angrily approached Chiharu, then grabbed her head and crushed it into pieces. The quantum explosion then destroyed Kaisaku. Everyone was terrified and panicked with their scream. The circumstance now seems not to be good. Milo gives order to retreat and she didn't forgive to plant a bomb. The operation to destroy the quantum brain has been failed. Kaisaku has died, but his sacrifice has prevented 2017 Shibuya from staying in 2388 permanently after Chiharu's death. Mukya no longer wants to continue the operation. Nicholas seems to find something, and he wants to make a proposal that next time, he will assume a physical form. Mukya pets to make a new body for him and decides to wipe out Shibuya to take revenge for her sister. After Kaisaku's death, everyone now has lost their will to fight. They start arguing again. Their friendship of many years has gradually rifted. But according to Milo, Kaisaku still might be alive, because he doesn't have a quantum brain. He perhaps got stuck and are wandering through time-space. Even so, the chance of saving him is mostly zero. Mr. Kuroiwa's decision has been failed, the internal turmoil has been begun again. Some reactionaries took controlled Mr. Kuroiwa and freed Mayor Muta. He then arrested Ru and Izumi to negotiate with the revisions and force SDS to bring their string puppets to trade with them. Guy has come to rescue his sister, but then he also got arrested. However, everyone now knew where they're keeping Izumi and successfully rescued her. While Muta are still negotiating with Nicholas by his sweet words, Mr. Kuroiwa then took control of Muta and his people. Daisuke then negotiates with Nicholas. If Nicholas can help people here in Shibuya return to 2017 with a sample of the virus, they can make a vaccine and make sure that the pandemic will not occur in the future and stop this terrible nightmare from the beginning. This is a win-to-win option. However, Nicholas didn't accept it, because in a world without the pandemic, his existence would be nullified. That means he would die. But he doesn't want to die. The negotiation has been failed. Nicholas left. Muta intends to shoot Mr. Kuroiwa. But then there comes the sound of 2 shots, Muta dies, and Mr. Kuroiwa fall down and he's dying too. In his last moment, he puts his hope to everyone that they have to protect the people and must take them safely back to the original time in the city central. Mukya makes an official declaration of war. Tomorrow, this place will be razed to the ground. Shibuya is now in a very danger. Mr. Kuroiwa has died. In such time, there's been a big deviation in Arv's predictions since Kaisaku died and Milo has to go back for other mission. That is 2010 when Daisuke in the past got kidnapped. It's even worse. When the string puppets are running out of power, there isn't much power left because they've been supplying power and providing electricity for the city, and if they're going to fight using the string puppets, the puppets would probably last for only half a day. They can't just sit and wait to die either. People need to be evacuated to the basement immediately. According to Milo's prediction, the revisions will be attacking tomorrow early in the morning, and they will make their way to the main road, so everyone can take advantage of the terrain to save power by sniping from afar, and if necessary, Milo will be the decoy to lure them to the target area as the last thing she can do before leaving. The next morning, Mukyu leads a swarm of massive civilians to attack the city. While Milo has succeeded in luring the enemies to the target area, Ru from above takes down every single civilian by sniping them. Everything is going very well, they're doing their best, but there's something wrong here. The number of civilians has far exceeded their expectation. Soon, Ru won't be able to hold it anymore. In such critical situation, there's another problem. The monster that attacked Daisuke before now showed up again. Daisuke immediately jumped into it, but he's easily get knocked back. At that time, a civilian has found the people's hiding place. This is an emergency circumstance. But Mari has bravely distracted the monster, and Miss Yumiko has successfully saved Mari from its attack. The monster then gets angry and tries to hunt them down. About Daisuke, he's struggling with that monster so he couldn't come to help them. While Mari and Miss Yumiko's life hang in the balance, the monster rushed over and protected them. After witnessing this, Daisuke immediately realized that it's Kaisaku. Daisuke then hastily stops Guy from attacking it. Daisuke might be right, that monster didn't kill Daisuke but disappeared into the void. Finally, thanks to everyone's effort, everything is now under control. However, the string puppets are ran out of power. They won't be able to pilot it for the next attacks in the following days. People can only use fire to temporarily drive away the civilians. They won't able to hold out longer. Without the string puppets, SDS is now useless. Daisuke even gets bullied by others. But Guy always saves him. Those are exactly the kind of ungrateful people. Eventually, after all that sacrifice, is this how they repay? In just a few weeks, food and water supply will run out and people will starve to death. People from electricity companies and other experts figured out a way to charge the string puppets cube. Thanks to all the people, everyone cooperated to make this happen and they bet on their last hope. With everyone's expectation, a new operation has been planned. Daisuke decides to infiltrate the revisions base alone to destroy the quantum brain, then bring people home in 2017, and Guy will stay here to protect the city. This is the only way. As soon as the quantum brain is destroyed, Shibuya will be transported to its original time. Daisuke needs to get back in time in order to return to the past. On the way to the enemy's base, Daisuke once again faces with his old friend. It's Kaisaku, but it's actually Nicholas inside. He used the remnants of the last explosion to reconstruct his body. Daisuke's so angry, he rushed to attack him, but Nicholas is too strong. He can even changes his forms. His power is now on a whole new level. He destroys the quantum brain and kills his accomplice, Mukyu's real body, without any hesitations. Now he is ruler of the world, because he has merged with the Crystal of the Void, so he can exist in any time-space location simultaneously, as he became an ultra-high-dimensional being. Then he tells Daisuke a secret before he leaves, that Arv predicted that the real leader of the string puppet pilots in the Shibuya event was actually Kaisaku, and he was supposed to be the first person to pilot a string puppet, and since Daisuke had no distinctive abilities out of all the pilots, he was designated as a backup member. This is really heartbroken. Turns out Daisuke's just a supporting character. No wonder why Milo was so confused at the first time she saw Daisuke. Nicholas then entered the flow of time. Daisuke immediately chased after him. After the quantum brain was destroyed, Shibuya started to be transported back to its original time. Everyone's so happy that finally Daisuke has made it. Shibuya is now in its time 2017. The line of communication has been restored and the Tokyo skyline is back. Everyone cheers in joy. Gaitaro, Mari hug each other in happiness. Then they remember that Daisuke hasn't come back yet. Suddenly a light flashed and Kaisaku shows up from the void and says that Daisuke died 7 years ago. Actually, a clone of Nicholas has returned to the past to kill Daisuke at the time. Daisuke, after waking up, he realizes that he has been transported to the year 2010, when the kidnapping is happening. But the thing is, the kid who got kidnapped was Kaisaku and not him. Daisuke guessed that Milo may has planned to kill Kaisaku to prevent the threat and change the future. He instantly leads the kids and try to stop Milo. While they are arguing, the little Daisuke has been captured by Nicholas. He asks to hand over little Kaisaku, otherwise he will kill little Daisuke, but at the moment he puts the gun to little Daisuke's head. Future has been changed. Roof, Guy and Mari have forgotten the existence of Daisuke in the present. Daisuke gives little Kaisaku to Nicholas as hostages exchange, but when Nicholas let his guard down, Daisuke has successfully saved both kids and quickly jumped into Nicholas to took him down. Nicholas ended up getting shot. Ru, Guy and Mari have restored their memory about Daisuke. Ru also remember about that day, when Daisuke protects them in the future, but things didn't end so easily. Nicholas is still alive, because he has many clones everywhere outside the flow of time. He can't be dead, even though Nicholas's tried several times at different times to kill Daisuke, but like what happened just now, he always ended up getting interfered by someone or losing to Daisuke. So Nicholas decides to take Daisuke outside of time and eliminate his existence. Then he gives Daisuke a fully powered string puppet. Both of them now enter the flow of time to decide their fate. Meanwhile, Milo continues her mission, which is to give the kids their prophecy to make sure the future will not be changed. Nicholas can dodge all of Daisuke's attacks, but there comes a moment when Daisuke cut off his mask. Nicholas is so angry that he attacks non-stop without hesitation. Daisuke tries to fire back, but Nicholas's speed's too fast. But Nicholas is too objective and underestimate Daisuke that he let his guard down, and Daisuke instantly took advantage of it and defeated him. It's over, everything is dissolving in the void. At the moment Daisuke closes his eyes and gives up everything, suddenly there's someone takes his hand. It's Kaisaku. Turns out it's Kaisaku's remaining consciousness. It's Kaisaku who prevented Nicholas' clones from killing Daisuke. He wants Daisuke to be alive, so he uses all of his last ability to bring Daisuke back. Ru, Guy and Mari together drag Daisuke out from the flow of time. Thanks to everyone's effort, Daisuke has given another chance to live. He wakes up in everyone's joy. After that, Daisuke's uncle has brought the virus's information to the research institute to develop the vaccine. The authority has begun an investigation into what happened in Shibuya, and countries all over the world have cooperated to plan for the future pandemic. Alright, that's all for the anime. Don't forget to like and subscribe our channel so we will have motivation to make more good videos. I would be so sad if you didn't. See you next time.